Ever since ICE has been going across the nation, getting people who are here not the right way, many people say the term illegally, there are some that would always say that, oh, Black Americans, you are next. Remember when the Latinos were saying that about Black Americans? Oh, y'all next. Oh, they're going to get y'all, Black Americans. Oh, y'all next. And then we like, no. And then they start seeing that, wait a minute, Black Americans can't be deported. They were shocked. Then you have some that could be in the African community that would say, oh, Black Americans, you're next. Now, case in point, I want you to hear what your sister has to say, because you really need to read a book, or at least read something about our status as Black Americans.
I just seen a video on here where African girl is on here saying, oh, well, ICE is now deporting Black Americans. What if they gonna deport us too? They gonna deport me back to St. Louis where my daddy from? They want it to be us so bad. They're not after us. See, we've been fighting these mother for generations and generations. They can't send us anywhere. Okay? It's nowhere for them to send us. This is our land just as much as it is theirs. We built this. Didn't you hear what Trump said? It's us. What y'all talking about? And truly, we was here before them. And then y'all want to get on here and talk about us. And then turn around and ask us to unite with you guys. If we probably going to unite with anybody, it'll probably be the Mexicans. Duh. And stop saying that I'm African. I'm not African. My ancestors are Cherokee and Choctaw Indians. You know, with the feathers. That's me. That's us. It's okay. Y'all don't have to drag us into y'all. I mean, we get it. Trump is doing a damn fool on everybody. But at the end of the day, why y'all gotta pull us in it? They can't send us nowhere. Where they gonna send me to? Where's they gonna send us to? They gonna send my brother back to Chicago? What is going on?
I will say up front, the only disagreement I have with this sister about joining with other groups, no, sister, we're not doing that. We tried that. We tried to have these minority coalitions. We tried for decades. Remember, Jesse Jackson had the Rainbow Push Coalition. He wanted to join every minority group, Asians, Latinos, Arabs, Indians, any group, Native Americans, and Black people. He wanted to join everybody underneath the Rainbow Push Coalition and to get rights and privileges and laws passed to help out minorities. And they did not join with Reverend Jesse Jackson when he tried to do that, okay? It was more Black people dealing with Reverend Jesse Jackson with the Rainbow Push Coalition. And at one point in time, Jesse Jackson, when he showed up, stuff was going to get some done. They respected Jesse Jackson. People have they commentary about him, but I do remember Jesse had got people released from certain countries that stuff that even our own government couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, here's the deal. What people need to understand is that we built the country. We were enslaved in this country for 250 years, and we wasn't just sitting up there planting things. We were actually building this nation, okay? We built it. And even after slavery, we were still continuing to build this nation. And because we were the builders of America, we built so many Black towns, not neighborhoods, towns, that we built with our own hands. And all the towns that we had, they always had to come and try and destroy them. Okay, they couldn't just leave us to mind our own business in our own towns. You know what I'm saying? They told us, go to this territory. We don't want you over here. Okay, cool. We go over there. We build over there. We built America. We've innovated America. We have created so many inventions and patents that people use to this day. It doesn't take much to research what Black America has invented. We have invented medical procedures, medical devices. We have invented things you use and still to this day. Your lights wouldn't even be working. It wouldn't be for a Black man because the lights wasn't staying on until the filament was fixed by our brother Lewis Latimer. You know what I'm saying? So it's so many things we use until this day that Black America have innovated. We've not only built, but we have innovated this country. We have had so much investment into this country. You make sense? We are the DNA of this country. So when you say, they're going to deport you, deport us to where? We are America's greatest asset. Why would they want to get rid of that? Listen, America could have easily got rid of us. Very easily. We had no rights at one point in time in this country. We had no 14th Amendment. Listen, after the Civil War, they could have rounded us all up and put us on ships and say, we shipping y'all behind to Africa. Now, they did, they tried to do some of that in Liberia. They wanted Liberia to be the place that, hey, we're going to ship these black Americans to Liberia. And Lincoln had that plan too, say, hey, you want to go to Liberia? Hey, you can go or whatever. And a lot of, but what ended up happening, Lincoln got assassinated, and they stopped that immediately. Why? They could have ratcheted up to deport black Americans or get black Americans out of here and send them to Liberia. We had no rights. No, they cut that off because we were still builders in this country in the beginning. And even to this day, if they was to deport or they would just find some sort of way to get rid of all black Americans, do you know this country would suffer greatly? If they get rid of all of us, listen, if they get rid of all of us and just keep y'all, the immigrants, this country will go into a depression immediately. So many industries would crash overnight. Consumer spending would crash overnight. And wherever we go, they would get an increase and a boost in their economy due to the skills that we have here from America. It's not enough of y'all immigrants to keep this country going. Listen, if this country was to get rid of every immigrant, let's say Trump had just magically can do it, okay? And if you just had left in this country white Americans and black Americans, this country would still function. I promise you it'll still function. It'll function. It'll function just fine. But if you get rid of black Americans, you'll see what happens. No, notice they're not trying to do that. They have never advocated to say, you know what, we want to get black Americans out of here. They never did that. You've had racist presidents, and they never say, you know what, hey, let's go in Congress instead of doing the Civil Rights Act. Look. Dr. King caused them hell. Malcolm X caused them hell. The NOI caused them hell. The Black Panthers caused them hell. We had no rights. They could have easily went in Congress and say, you know what? We are doing the Black Deportation Act. And we're going to go it on and get this passed, signed by the president, and we're going to deport them to out of here. We don't know where we're going to deport them to, but we're going to deport them somewhere. We'll find somewhere in Africa or wherever, deport them over there. They could have did that. We had no civil rights. We had nothing. Now, of course, the 14th Amendment was here already. But even after that, if they wanted to, they can just pass a law. They never did it. So they had so many times to deport us if they wanted to. Why didn't they do it? Because they know they can't. Listen, these people have never had a day in this country without us. This country was built with us. It functions with us here. This is why they don't have no problem deporting any of you, because you wasn't part of the function. Now, you some of the labor that they don't have to pay much on, but you wasn't part of the function. Let's call it what it is. So black Americans are good. And I know some of you have discovered this since Trump got in office, that we're not foreigners and that they not messing with us like that. But that's why you should always study the country you're going to. When I go visit a country, I look into the history of that country. I want to know about the major city. I go watch YouTube videos of people that's visiting the country, kind of seeing what the good, the bad, the in between. I kind of like to learn before I go anywhere, just so I can have just at least a synopsis of that country. I like to learn even about the history, even recent history of those countries. But some of you don't want to do that. You thinking that we immigrants like y'all. No, it's like in the UK. When you look at the majority of African and Caribbean people who's there, they all immigrated. It's hard to find some that was already there without immigration in the UK. So, nope, we can't go nowhere. So, but why? Well, this is the thing. Why are you worried about if we can be deported or not? Don't worry about what we got going on. Don't worry about that. No, you say that because you're thinking, okay, if black Americans are afraid, they're going to come and defend us because they don't want to be deported either. and you want us to sacrifice our body. You know what I'm saying? You want us to be Iron Man and with the Infinity Gauntlet snap it and make all your problems go away, but we sacrifice. We did in the end. No. You're going to fight for yourself. You're going to deal with ICE on your own, because ICE is not really our issue like that. They're really not. So get into the fight. We had to.